Hi, my name is Dr. Monty Mitchell. I'm speaking today on the record due to the glaring inaccuracies reported by the media, many commentators, Dr. Fauci, and all the way up to presidential candidate Biden. Either all of these people are outright lying, or worse, they simply failed to look at the viable statistics and the truth of the situation at hand. I'm talking about COVID. The name states most of the problem. Novel means new type. Coronavirus is the family of viruses that make up the cold and flu viruses. The research indicates a highly infectious nature causing most of the scare centered around the virus. The death rate in my county is 1.3%, which is about double the rate of the annual flu bug. The virus does affect the most vulnerable in our population, that is, those over 65 and minorities. Just for the record, the virus came from China and not the current administration. Regarding masks, on September 2, 2020, Fisher et al. Wrote an article about low-cost measurements of the efficacy of masks producing particulate matter in speech. N95 masks were the best. Surgical masks that had an additional polypropylene layer were good and were protective. But regular cotton masks, the bandana and neck gaiters, are similar to the control group and considered non-protective. Please note that only 30% of our society are wearing protective masks. All others are non-protective and a waste of effort. In addition, wearing the same mask every day or touching the outside of the mask to take it off, Mr. Biden, is also non-protective. Masks are like Kleenex and should be discarded after each use. For the record, those commentators complaining about the current administration's handling of the shortages in testing, masks, PPE, medication, or ventilators should try themselves to replenish the national supply of these products under pressure with the lives of our grandparents on their watch. To my satisfaction, the current administration has, in record time, supplied the nation with testing, masks, PPE, ventilators, and medication to those who need it the most. If anybody disagrees, they're free to call and discuss the issue with me. However, please have verified facts in hands without opinion or innuendo. I will know if you're lying. There's been much conjecture about hydroxychloroquine and its effectiveness. I have many colleagues on record treating thousands of patients with COVID on the front lines, and they've not lost any of these patients. Maybe it was the co-treatment with zinc, vitamin D, or azithromycin. But anecdotal or not, the numbers speak for themselves. I've seen the other studies myself, and they raise some issues for me. In less than 30 days after learning the virus existed, the current administration stopped travel from China. After listening to the advice of the top scientists, the current administration made recommendations safeguarding our liberties, yet also protecting the most vulnerable. The president rightly yielded to the states in this matter of a highly infectious contagion. The governors are responsible for the current state of lockdown, not the current administration. If you feel like you have to blame someone besides the Chinese government, start with the governors of California, Michigan, and New York. Florida, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Texas have less issues due to the governance of our leaders. This concludes my segment for today. Parts 2, 3, and 4 will be forthcoming before the election. Thank you very much, and God bless America.